Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday evening. My name is Jamie, and this is Stamp It Up with Jamie, my Wednesday evening, 7:30 at night Eastern Time live tutorial that I do every week. I'm going to be sharing a project with you, walking you through my tips, tricks, giving you all my advice and just my tips that I have for you. So be sure to stick around. I'm going to be making this card right here for you. You can see in the other screen there. I'm really happy. I'm going to do a little bit of a twist on it, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But let me just say hi to Katie, and Judy's here. Oh, Judy, you're so sweet. Such kind words. I hope everyone is doing well. Certainly, as you're coming in, or maybe you're catching the replay, introduce yourself. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me say hi to you. I always like to see who's watching and where you're watching from. Hello, Vicki, and Sonia's here. Good evening, everyone. Angie, Pamela. Hello, friends. I hope you're having a good day, a good week. Tonight I'm playing with a combination of early release pre-order product. Say that 10 times fast. And exclusive limited edition only available while supplies last product. Okay, it's kind of a mixture of both. This is something that is available now to customers. Us as demonstrators, we got to pre-order it, pre-use it, pre-make with it in October, and it is so much fun. By the way, if you're considering being a demonstrator and getting the starter kit, that is probably like my favorite kind of perk of being a demonstrator, is getting our hands on early product, on early catalogs, which, by the way, I think it's the 14th. We get to see the new mini catalog coming out in January. That's super exciting. So if you have ever contemplated it, thought about it, it's a great sorry, my makeup's running my eyes. It's a great time to be a demonstrator. You just get your hands on new things, and it's just so much fun. You have to admit, new product is so fun. So let me explain what is what and what is what. So in the collection, okay, we have the big kind of overall fitting frames. Oh my gosh, what did I just draw blank? Fitting frames collection. And in the collection, let me do this. Oh, my makeup. We have the Framed Florets Bundle. So it's a stamp set die bundle. Let me get that out of the way. The stamp set is a photopolymer stamp. You can see mine has already been really loved and used in all the things. And then a die. The bundle is a pre-order early release. That's the word I'm looking for. It's an early release from the mini catalog that's going to start in January. So these will stick around. But in the collection is also the framed and festive. Come on, lights, participate. There we go. Framed and festive stamp set. This is a red rubber stamp, and it has the best Christmas sentiments. I absolutely love how scripty they are, but like a mix of scripty and not scripty, just kind of playful and really fun. I love you have just your plain old Merry Christmas, and then other really fun sentiments. This is while supplies last, as is, oh my gosh, my makeup is running and it's burning my eyes, as is the gold adhesive back swirls. They catch the light and my big lights, but they have little swirlies on them. They're really nice. I've used over half my pack already. And then my absolutely hands down favorite part of the collection is the paper. I mean, I'm a sucker for pretty paper. I just am. You love to have yourself a merry little Christmas. It's perfect. And it's just like, I don't know, the script of it, the font, I just think it's really pretty. It's just fun. It's not too serious. Even the more serious of the two fonts, like the way they do that R is just really fun. I love it. The paper. Let's just have a moment of silence for the paper. It's so pretty, and it is while supplies last. It is my favorite component of the collection because it's gorgeous. If I haven't said it, it's pretty. Now, I can't show you a full set of the paper because I've used it that much. And this little bit, which is like 3 3/4 by 2 is all I have left of this pattern. Okay, which you're going to see is the pattern from the inside of my card that we're going to make tonight. So I'm going to do a little switcheroo, no big deal. But this is all I have left. That's how much I've been using of it. So we have that pattern. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, so pretty. That's the flip side. This one's really fun. You could color these in red and make more of a Christmas feel. And then you have a blushing bride opposite it. Now we're getting a little bigger. You can tell the patterns that I didn't quite use as much of. This guy here, which you can fussy cut out some of these images. But this image right here, can you see this one, which is the same as this one and this one? They're all the same flower. They have a die that coordinates with it. Or you can fussy cut either way. If you don't have the die, you can easily fussy cut with a beautiful balmy blue background. Wow, that was 3 B's. And then I have to admit, okay, this is really funny. I was pulling out all the different patterns and I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. Like flipping, can't find it. And then there's this one. And I'm like, where did this one come from? I don't ever remember seeing this pattern. As you can see, it's a full 12 by 12. It has a nice gingham on the back. Like, where did that come from? I clearly did not see this pattern at all, but this is the one I'm going to use instead of this, which is my favorite. It's my favorite. As you can see, I have none of it left. So we're going to use this one in place of this, and we'll see how we like it. The paper, the framed and festive stamp, and the swirls are while supplies last. Please do not wait to get these. They will not last. Well, I don't know how long they're going to last. I'm not going to speak to that. They could last all month or maybe they last next week. I don't know, but I don't want you to miss out. So if you like any of the components, please get them. Let me do this. But I also want to say when you buy the bundle, so when I'm talking bundle, I'm talking about the Framed Florets stamp with the dies. You're going to get 8 free PDF card PDF tutorials from me. You're not going to get the product, but you're going to get the breakdown of the card measurements, step-by-step instructions, all the details to make these cards, 8 of them for free, just by ordering the bundle. Now, you can get more than the bundle, but as long as you get the bundle, you're going to get those tutorials. If you don't want to get the tutorials, if you don't want to get the bundle and you just want to get the tutorials, or you don't want to get the bundle through me, maybe you're a demonstrator, you just want to get the tutorials, no big deal. You can go to Stamp It Up with Jamie, stampitupwithjamie.com/shop. And that will take you to my tutorial store where you can buy the 8 tutorials for $20. Okay, so it's beautiful. We're going to make cards with it tonight. I'm going to give you all my tips, tricks, and everything and answer questions. So if you have them, let me know. Let's see who else popped in. Beth is here. Hello, Nell. Oh, thank you, Lori. You're so sweet, so kind. Hey, Tina. Oh, you guys are so kind. You guys make my night. Honest to goodness. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I get to do this. Like, I get to share my cards with you. It just makes my heart so full. So let's dive in. This is the card. I'm still going to make the card. I'm just going to swap out the designer series paper pattern. Still going to make the card. Okay, so I'm starting off with Night of Navy. Oh, Judy, you're so kind. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, right down the middle. So if you're new to stamping, our cardstock comes 8 1/2 by 11, right? So you can either cut it portrait and get 2 this way, or cut it landscape and get 2 landscape cards. That's okay, Joan. I'm so happy you're here tonight. Okay, so I cut mine portrait and I got 2 portrait cards. Now, I always like mine opening top up. I'm a top up open card person. You know what I mean? Because they stand. I like how they stand. If you go sideways, they do. I don't know. I like it. I like top opening. So that's what I went with. And the overall design of this card is actually really, really simple. So normally I would have embossed ahead of time, but I thought, I'm going to do it live. So I have you know what? I forgot the name of this. Is this painted texture? Hold on. Let me look at my blog. What did my blog say it was? I'm pretty sure it's called painted something. Hold on. What does it say? Painted texture. I was right. Why did I doubt myself? This is the painted texture embossing folder. It's been around for a couple of years, I think now. But it's just really fun. I'm going to show you the great texture that it adds. And I'm going to do a separate Night of Navy panel. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Just making sure it fits. I don't want any pieces that are overhanging. Okay. I just dropped the plate. That's okay. It survived. So let me show you. Look at all that yummy texture. Oh, it's so pretty. It literally looks like brush strokes. Like an artist took just brush strokes, and either side has just equal amount of texture. You can go that side or that side, and both of them work beautifully. This is one of our 3D embossing folders, so it just adds a lot of depth. It's not like a single layer of texture. There's depth to it, making it just so pretty. And I get this question a lot. Hey, Ruth Ann. Hey, Deborah. Thanks, everyone, for coming tonight. Why do sometimes I use liquid glue, and why do sometimes I use seal, a rolling adhesive? And there is a rhyme to the reason. So if I'm using something that has a lot of texture in it, such as an embossing folder like this, if I come in with my rolling Stampin' Seal adhesive like this, it may not get in all the grooves of the embossing folder of what's been embossed. And so the glue, just because it kind of oozes and seeps into all the cracks and crevices, really gives a nice hold. Not to mention that the liquid glue is ridiculously permanent adhesive, and whatever you use to glue down with it, it's not going anywhere. So that's that. My go-to, if I have a preferred adhesive, it's the seal. Just because the glue, I just tend to wear it. Like, it gets all over my hands, my clothes. I was making, let's see, I got to talk vaguely. I was making things for my upcoming retreat, and I needed glue, and I was just covered. I mean, everything was sticky. So it's not my preferred adhesive, but there are times definitely when it's my go-to. Okay. Let me get out the dies, which you're going to see have already been very well loved. Let's see if I can arrange it. So we have a couple of dies. We have this guy right here that cuts out a heart all around. Oh, I was going to show you my cards. I can show you those. This one we're going to use, and then this one we're going to use. I'm going to layer them, or you could use them individually. This is the die that I was saying that cuts out the DSP and one of the images in the stamp set. And then we have a couple standalones. We have that guy, and then we have these 2 leaves here. So lots of potential. I love a good frame. I'm so thankful we have one. Thank you, Stampin' Up. Okay, remind me, I'm in the middle of creating, so let's not stop. Remind me to show you all my week's cards. And I have a bunch of them because I've been doing Christmas variations and regular cards. So please don't let me forget. I always forget. They're sitting there, but I'm going to forget. Okay. So I'm going to take this die, which, does anybody else get, what is her name from, gosh, wow, her name just went right out of my head. The Mirror on the Wall. Anybody else getting those vibes from this? What is her name? Not Queen Mother. I can't remember what that Disney character's name is. But anyways, the Mirror on the Wall. It's giving me those vibes. I don't know. But that's what I think of when I see this. But I'm going to use this die to cut out a piece of a frame from basic white cardstock. What is her name? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Okay, so what you get, oops. The Evil Queen. I wanted to call her Queen Mother, and I knew that wasn't it. The Evil Queen. Thank you, guys. You always have my back. I appreciate it. So what you get, Doesn't it give you that? Like, mirror, mirror. If we made this in like a silver that almost looked like a mirror. I don't know. That's always the vibe it gives me. It cuts out this frame, and you're going to notice there's lots of little itty bitty pieces that are kind of stuck. You can use your roller to kind of pop them out. I don't put my roller in my take your pick tool. I just literally hold it in my hands and roll it across to get those little bits out. Or you can use your take your pick tool with the little pointy end. And I don't know why I find it so therapeutic to do this and pop out all the pieces. Did I get them all? I think I did. That's okay, Amy. Thanks for swinging by. No big deal. Okay, so we have our basic white frame, which, by the way, it also cuts out the inside. So, see, I'm wearing glue. I have glue on my hand. I apologize for that. So I could do, like in this card, oops, everything's stuck. So this card, I did the white frame, and then I kept the white inside and just stuck it in and did a sentiment. Or you could do white frame and a different colored inside. You could do a white frame with and then run this through and have a DSP on the inside. Like, so many different variations that you can do, just mixing and matching solid cardstock with stamped cardstock with designer card paper. I mean, gosh, the sky's the limit. So then I'm going to have that. And then I'm going to take this frame here, which has this really beautiful kind of stitching around the edge. And I'm going to cut out an oval from Balmy Blue. Let me do that off camera. Okay. So from this guy, we also get a frame, a sort of like notched frame, a stitched frame, a decorated frame. And then we also get another oval. So just from our dies, maybe you just want an oval. Maybe you don't even want the frames. They cut out really good ovals. You can do a lot with them. And you can kind of intermix and match and all the things. You could do that with a smaller oval on the inside. This one would just layer underneath, which would be a nice layer. I mean, you could do so much. We're going to have a basic white frame, our Balmy Blue frame, and then we're going to take, oh, I got to trim this down. This is way too big. Hold on a second. Let me just give this guy a little bit of a haircut here. Is he positional? I think he is positional. So then we're going to take our designer paper. I'm going to use the same frame that has like the notches around the outside, and I'm going to cut an inside. Now, I'm just curious because now I'm wondering if there's an easier way to do this. Well, I guess there is, but that sits in. Sorry, I just kind of had an aha moment. Okay, now I want to position it so I get a little bit of the Balmy Blue, a little bit of the navy. Make sure I'm picking up the colors I want to pick up. Okay, don't fall. So I lost my thing. So we have white, Balmy Blue, and then our designer paper, which it does cut this guy out. I cut him a little short, but okay. So we have our three components. Now what I want to do is put these guys together up on dimensionals over the white frame. So to do that, I'm going to flip it over like so. Sit the DSP on the inside of the blue frame, and then I'm going to put dimensionals all around the outside to, yes, prop them up, but also to hold the two together. So this holds both the blue and the designer paper together, as well as it's going to serve on giving it a little bit of a lift. It's a twofer. You can flip it over, make sure it's not sagging in any spots. Okay, so let's start putting everything on. Like I said, this is a super easy design. I just love it so much though. So for this guy, I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue, mostly because I don't need a lot. A dab will do ya. Okay, flip them around. I love white and navy. Let it dry just a little bit. Any questions? Any questions while I'm waiting for that to glue? Okay. Then we're going to take this off. Whoops. Stick together, you guys. Hold on. Let me press on them. Make sure they're stuck. That one didn't want to stick. Now you could do these one by one. You could put like mini dimensionals around the balmy blue and then put the DSP on the inside with just regular dimensionals. But I don't know. This works. I think it goes this way. And then we're going to layer them up beautifully. Okay. Oops. You'll have to let me know what pattern you like more. You'll have to let me know. One of the other things I'm going to switch up is I'm going to switch up the sentiment. So for my sample card, I use the word celebrate. I've used it so much. I've made a lot of team gifts, team cards, that sort of thing. And I've used the celebrate a lot. But the just a little reminder that you are loved is just such a sweet sentiment. And someone recently asked me, what's your favorite kind of card to mail? And it's hands down just a just because card. You know, people might expect a birthday card or an anniversary card, a Christmas card, but a just because card, a card just because you were thinking of them, really, I think says just volumes. And it really, I don't know, it touches my heart. I love to receive those cards because I don't know, just when you think that someone's thinking of you, I don't know, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. So I'm going with this one. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but that's kind of the brilliance of doing a card ahead of time and then one live for you is that I can kind of try things. Usually I do the exact same card, but sometimes I try new things and then I can kind of decide which one I like more. It is my favorite. Even now, I'm like, I think the other one's still my favorite. But I do like this one. Okay, so I stamped it, and then I'm going to cut it. It's just the way I do it. I stamp and then cut. It's just what works for me. Ooh, that's pretty perfect. Oh, I love the font so much. It's so pretty. Just like that little curve in the R. So pretty. I could just sit here and stare at it all day. I might make it wide and go across the belly. So this is obviously a much smaller sentiment to celebrate. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I need, well, I can cut it and trim it that way. I'm going to cut the ends in a banner because why not? It's literally my favorite thing to do. It's my go-to. And I like having this little extra bit of white. Don't be afraid to have negative space on your card or on your sentiments or on your whatever, on your stamped space. A little bit of negative space never hurt anyone. And it can really add just to the design element with having some negative space that doesn't have anything stamped on it, or is that, or anything like that. I think that one's in a smidge more. Let me cut this one in just a little bit more. I should have measured it, but I didn't, so I'm eyeballing it, which could be a little scary. Okay, so I think I'm going to have it go across the belly. Sure, why not? What did I, oh, here they are, my dimensionals. But of course, I'm going to put them up on dimensionals. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3 across the belly. Do I have a dimensional there to hold it up? I think I do. Okay, so as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to show you my other cards. There's a bunch of them. Some I've already shared this week and some are to come. Give you these are part. So the 8 free card tutorials are above and beyond the ones that I'm showing this week. There are cards that you won't find on my blog. So just something to keep in mind as you're stamping and creating. I mean, as you're looking to buy the bundle, the PDF tutorials that you're going to get for free when you buy the bundle are cards that you won't find anywhere else. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. Okay, there we go. What do you think? Hello, Judy. Thank you for watching. So that's what, and I didn't even put any embellishments on it. I mean, I could. I have, I've been using the iridescent pearls a lot this week because they're so pretty, of course. Let's add a couple of those because this is so feminine and soft. I feel like we could add a couple of these little blings. Let's see here. We'll put one there. You can tell what size I use more of. The tiny ones. The tiny ones are my go-to. I don't know where I want to put this. Maybe up here. And then maybe we'll use a big one. Don't overthink it, Jamie. Oh my gosh, this is the epitome of overthinking. I want to put it right here, but I don't know if it'll look good on the edge. Forget it. I'm going for it. I liked it there, and I was starting to overthink it. I'm just going to go with it. Whoever gets the card isn't going to go, nope, I don't like that. Why'd she put that pearl on the edge there? So we're going to go with that. And then I just have a simple basic white for the inside. I didn't even cut. I could add a little, throwing everything around. Oh my goodness. I didn't even cut designer paper for the inside, but we could do that and just add a little bit on the inside. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. So I could take this, whoops, come on, cooperate, and cut. I usually cut a 1/2 inch if I'm decorating the inside of a card. So that would be a 1/2 inch by 4. And then that would just go along the bottom to kind of tie in the inside with the outside. Like that. Pretty. Ta-da! All done. Okay, so depending on what designer paper, what color frames, you could really switch this up. You could do a balmy blue background and go with the night of navy frame and white frame. I mean, you could do so many different combinations and whatever with this. Let me show you what else I created this week. If I can get to it, it's buried underneath all my stuff. Okay, let's see if I can find the one I started with on Monday. Look at all these cards. Okay, on Monday, I started off with a really simple stamping card. That's what I cut up. What happened to my bow? Wow, my bow just went cray-cray. Okay, so on Monday, I usually like to start off with like a simple stamping, something that anyone could make with very little product, someone just starting off in a new stamper. So I made this card. This is just stamps, ink, paper, a ribbon, which obviously could be left off, and some embellishments, which could be left off as well. This is so reasonable. Anybody can make this card. It uses that floral stamp, but I didn't color it in. So, you know, you don't always have to color in your images. You can let them just be this pop in the background. I made a Christmas version of it, just bringing in some of that Lights Aglow paper. And you can't see it, but I did stamp that floral image again and swapped out the gold ribbon with one of the sentiments from the Framed and Festive. So that was Monday. Yesterday, I don't even know what to call this. I'm not sure if I like them, to be honest. But I used the one I used tonight, painted texture, embossed it. And then I did a little flick of the basic black marker. So it gives kind of this splatter effect on the background. And I pulled in colors from the flower. So polished pink and evening evergreen. I sliced up the sentiments and put them on either side. And then I did a Christmas version. So cherry cobbler with soft succulent and evening evergreen. I had to color that one to make it more festive. And I used the wintry embossing folder for this one. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday was today's card. So the Night of Navy, which is my favorite because blues are my favorite. Thank you, Judy. Tomorrow, I'm doing a Christmas card. That's our theme for tomorrow is Christmas. So I went with the frames, gold and white with the Christmas sentiment. Again, the Lights Aglow designer paper. And I brought in Merriest Moments stamp set and Christmas banners. Some more festive holiday Christmas images, that sort of thing. I love how the frame is perfect for that nice big chunky long sentiment. So pretty. Look how the light catches that. But I wanted to give you, of course, a non-Christmas version. So I made this, and this is the one actually I made on an Instagram today, over on Instagram, which I oopsed it. So if you follow me on Instagram, make sure you check out my stories because I messed up a little bit and was able to fix it, but it took a little fixing. So same elements. I just swapped out the sentiment, swapped out the colors, and swapped out the florals. So that's that. That's tomorrow. And then Friday is a card over on Instagram. I asked, should I use evening evergreen or polished pink? And it was like 50-50 down the middle. Like half the people said polished pink, half said evening evergreen. I went with evening evergreen. I don't know as far as the frame color there, but it shows off that heart frame, which is so, so pretty. And you could like leave it by itself. I layered it with another frame, big chunky sentiment, and some fussy cutting of the beautiful paper. So these are just the ideas on my blog. Again, I have 8 other cards that you can get for free with the purchase of the bundle, or just outright buy if you'd like to just outright buy it. That works too. Lots of opportunities, lots of card mate. Look at all these cards. Oh my gosh, I've really used this. I've used it a couple times. So lots of possibilities. So many things you can do with it. I'm a huge fan of this product, and I think you're gonna really like it. So be sure to head over to jamieb.com. That's my catch-all link. You can do just about anything over there. You can buy, you can join, you can check out catalogs, get a hold of me on social media, and of course you can order. So let me know if you have any questions. You think you're going to make a wedding card using the hearts. Oh, that's a great idea. That's perfect. Oh, I love that, Judy. Good idea. So that's what wraps up tonight. If you have any questions, let me know. Be sure to order the product before it sells out, please. I don't want you to miss out. And that's it for tonight. I'll see you back again next week, everyone. Happy stamping.